Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well today. I'm in a slightly different setup today. I am currently in my living room. I was just going to get ready and I was going to watch a bit of F1 because I'm now obsessed. And I thought actually I will film for you guys. So I'm going to be doing like a no makeup slash clean girl look. Most of the time this is how I wear my makeup, like day to day, for work. Most of the time I actually don't really wear much makeup, but if I have like client meetings or I'm seeing friends or I'm feeling a bit shit and I want to look a bit nicer, I'll put on like no makeup. So yeah, so I thought I'd film this with you today. I did one a few months ago and actually all the products that I kind of now use are a tiny bit different. Some of them similar, and I still do use those other products. It's just I'm kind of gravitating towards different products right now. But yeah, you guys seem to love that one that I filmed, so I thought I'd do an updated one. I would love it if you can like and subscribe. It would mean an awful lot to me. And yeah, let's get into it. To start with, we have skincare, and I haven't put anything on my face. I've just cleansed and washed my face, and I'm going to go in with my Hello Sunday SPF. This is an SPF 50. This is a really nice one if you have dry skin. It's a tiny bit, I wouldn't say oily, it does have a like slippery texture. It says it's water and sweat resistant, suitable for sensitive skin. This fragrance free feather light SPF primer protects from pollution, blue light and UV rays. So yeah, I really enjoy it. It's finally sunny today. It has just been the most appalling weather, and so I feel like I've not even really been able to enjoy the summer down here. I wanted many more beach days than I have actually had, but today is nice. The sun is shining. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Beauty Pie Super Healthy Skin. This is just kind of my like everyday moisturizer, which I love. I just love Beauty Pie's packaging, and their ingredients are like really good. And then lastly, again from Beauty Pie, I've literally ran out of this. This is my PLANTASTIC Micropeeling Super Drops, and I literally can't even really get any out. I have to like, and yeah, so I need to do a top up of this. That's my second or third. I really just love how it keeps my skin kind of at bay. I do suffer from like hormonal like time of the month spots, but day to day that keeps my kind of like pores and like little blemishes kind of under control. Primer, I'm gonna go in with the REFY. This is just the Glow and Sculpt, and this is really nice. As I said it in many videos, I don't really like this applicator. I wish you could like swap it out. I wish you could like choose like the heads, because I feel like I can never see how much product I have on. But it is a really lovely hydrating primer. And the tip for looking great with like no makeup is your skin being great underneath. If you want your makeup to look undetectable and you've just not treated your skin underneath, it's just, you'll be able to see what you've got on your face. So I'm a primer lover, which we all know, so this is no like problem for me, but it makes such a difference. Next, a primer, trusty e.l.f. Halo Glow. This I almost add for like colour. It just adds like warmth into my face, but so subtly that it's just so natural. And to be honest, I definitely have worn this like by itself. Today I do want a tiny bit more coverage, but this kind of base is definitely something that I kind of do with a bit of concealer if I want like something super quick. I wonder if people still buy the Charlotte Tilbury one. Like, I'd love to know, like, ever since her Elle brought that out, like do people still buy the Charlotte Tilbury one? Because to me, there is no difference. Or maybe it's just I don't ever use my Charlotte Tilbury one now because I like this one so much. But I made that switch very quickly. I used to use the Charlotte Tilbury one all the time, and now I don't grab for it. I guess the Charlotte Tilbury one is a tiny bit more like sheer, but it's like not even noticeable. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, my face is just really plump, glowy, happy, happy skin. And then next, I'm going to take my Superstay 24-hour skin tint. This is very pigmented. This is more of like a liquid foundation. What I like to do is I take my MAC Dewy Strobe cream and just put some of this on my hand. And then I add this in, and I think this has got the perfect amount of coverage. I find the MAC Dewy Strobe cream skin tint thing a bit too shiny, but this combination, I think, I don't know, they just work so beautifully. I'm sure you could probably find a skin tint that does what this does, but I like to mix. Yeah, you should be able to find products where you don't have to. You shouldn't have to mix, but I don't see a problem in mixing, if that makes any sense. So yeah, like when it comes to like colours and stuff, like you should be able to find your tone, and you should be able to find things that suit your skin type without having to mix. But products should be able to work together and mix together to kind of definitely like suit what you're looking for. And as you can see, it's literally just left my skin looking so radiant, so nice. It's given me the tiniest bit of coverage. My skin really does look like skin. Next, I'm gonna just take my sponge and kind of just spraying this with some hydrating spray. Press that in, and again, by doing this is gonna take off a tiny bit of coverage, but it's gonna really make your skin look like skin. Today I'm off to go see my brother play American football. He plays for Oxford, that's where he lives, and they're playing Bournemouth, which is where I live. Well, I live next to Bournemouth, so we are going to watch him play. Next we're going to go in with concealer, and I've got my NUDESTIX, and this is like super hydrating, super creamy, doesn't have a lot of coverage, but I think that's something that we want today. I want to feel concealed, but without it being like crazy. Again, I'm just going to blend this in with my sponge. I feel like my skin looks great. Looks super radiant. Yeah, really, really happy with that. For cream bronzer, I'm just going to go with my REFY cream bronzer in June. And I'm really just going to take the lightest, like really light. And I just want to add literally the tiniest bit. I really don't want anything to be detectable. I want it to look super, super natural. And when I want a no makeup day, I do bring it down a bit lower than I normally would. So if I'm doing like glam makeup, I kind of just keep it here. But I think on no makeup days, you want your face to kind of look and get like a flush all over. And then I've got the VIEVE, what's this called? This is the VIEVE Sunset Blush Balm in Rosa. And this is like a really like sheer, it looks dark, but I think it is one of the sheerest blushes that I own, but I like it because of that. And again, just kind of putting that all over my cheek and kind of again bringing it further down than I normally would. And again on this side. And this leaves the most unreal finish. Like you look so naturally like flushed and just like, I just love the finish of this. And it doesn't really like slide around, which I like. Even though it's very sheer, it stays in place. And I know blush is one of the first things to kind of like go, so I'm never expecting it to be like exactly like this, but it really does kind of look like this for a really long time, which we love. We want our makeup to look like we've just put it on for a while. Next for powder, I'm going to go with my KOSAS Cloud Set. I did use this in my last no makeup video, and it is just the nicest powder for no makeup days because it's got a slight radiance to it, so it sets everything down, but then it doesn't make you look really matte and powdery. So I'm literally just going in my T-zone with this, just to kind of set, but I'm leaving all of this kind of like radiant outside. Right, I'm going to put on a tiny bit of powder bronzer, but I'm going to take a really big brush and just kind of like lightly tap that in, and I'm just going to really just dust that really blown out. And I'm kind of going up and over, so it's just adding that warmth. Okay, next for brows, I'm going to go in with my Benefit Fluff Up Wax. I just want something kind of through my brows, just so that they're not literally like plain. But I'm not particularly like fluffing them up, I'm just making them look a bit tidier. I really need to pluck them because they're even more unruly than they normally are. Yeah, and this brow wax is nice. It doesn't particularly hold my brows up. I've got very stubborn brows, but it definitely keeps them in place. I'd say it's very similar to the 24-hour brow setter, but I guess it's just a very different consistency, but I find them very similar. So eyebrows are just done. I actually was gonna pencil them, but I don't think I am. I think I'm literally just gonna leave them bare. For eyes, I'm gonna take some of my cream bronzer, and I'm literally just gonna run this kind of just all over the lid like so. And I'm going to take my KOSAS powder and just set the cream. For me, I think this looks more natural than putting my powder bronzer on my eyes. I think it adds like a nicer contour of the eye. I'm just going to curl my lashes. So, and then I'm actually going to use, so in a recent video I used the Maybelline Sky High that I hadn't used in like forever because I just thought I hated it. But actually I think I just didn't use it when curling my lashes. I just used to put it on like without curling and I just didn't like how it looked. But now I curl my lashes, I am obsessed. So I'm just going to pop this on. This does kind of give away that I'm wearing makeup. This is the most, the most detectable step that I'm doing. But I just think, mascara makes you look prettier. And maybe I could just have lashes naturally like this. I mean, I don't have bad natural lashes. I was reading an article the other day about like beauty adverts and stuff, and do you remember in like the early 2000s, I mean they probably still do it now, but on mascara adverts it would be like so obviously fake. Like now there's obviously a bit of editing and retouching, but most of the time they're not wearing falsies. But in the 2000s they would just be straight up wearing false eyelashes trying to lie to us, and they just did, and they could. I find like, because I do editing as part of my job. It's really, I find the whole like editing conversation very interesting. I don't actually edit people, but I definitely have had to, in my like normal job, make tweaks to things that aren't real and like add in and like fake stuff. So yeah, so I find the whole conversation about editing very like interesting, because it is people's jobs. And I spoke to this guy once about it, and he was like, he worked for, I can't remember what actress it was, but she had like a scar on her face or something, and he was like, they were like, oh, retouch it out, and he was like, well, have we asked her? And then they were like, oh no, she won't want it. And then when they did ask, he pushed for it, and when they did ask her, she was like, of course I want to keep it, like that's a scar on my face, or it's a birthmark or something. And I definitely think it's better that we're going down the route of less retouching, but people say the camera doesn't lie, but it does. So in my mind, and this might be controversial, if you're editing slightly to enhance so that the image that you're looking at looks real, like real to the eye, because the camera can pick up every detail and our eyes don't sometimes see that. I do think the camera lies. So there's like a very fine line between it. So I'm all for a bit of editing, as long as, yeah, like editing people's bodies to different sizes and completely changing people's face shapes and eyes and lips, and like that's not great. But a little tweak, I don't think it's bad, but maybe that's controversial. Lastly, for lips, I'm just gonna go in with my Beauty Pie Longwear lip liner. This is in like a bit of a peachy pinky tone, and I'm just gonna put like a light layer, and I'm just gonna really buff it out. And then I'm going to take this, again, Beauty Pie. I've used a lot of Beauty Pie today. This is like just like a brownie lip gloss. Quite natural lips, just looking juicy. And yeah, here we have it. My no makeup. So I do feel like you can tell I've got something on, obviously my mascara, and I've got like shiny lips. But I think this looks like super natural. My skin is literally so radiant and just nice and healthy and plump. I've kind of covered blemishes, but you can still kind of see my freckles and like marks. And yeah, super happy with this. I now need to quickly get ready because I need to leave in 20 minutes. I really enjoyed sitting down with you today. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.